On this episode of SLEDHEAD 24/7, go inside the sport of snowcross with GoPro. Find out why Tucker Hibbert chooses Tech Vest. We get the latest from the home of horsepower, Speedworks, and see how Ram has stepped up huge in the sport of snowmobiling. All that and more now on SLEDHEAD 24/7. Welcome to another episode of SLEDHEAD 24/7, where we are everything snowmobile. I'm your guide, Carly Applin, coming to you from Bristow's in my hometown of St. Cloud, Minnesota. Plenty of fun in stock to keep you going all year round, and one of the largest selections of FXR gear in the Midwest. But first, let's get this show started and find out what the home of horsepower, Speedworks, has been up to.
Hey guys, Jeremy from Speedworks here, coming at you with another Speedworks segment on SLEDHEAD 24/7. You can see we got a side-by-side here in front of you today. I know a lot of you are thinking, what the heck? It's a snowmobile show, what are we doing looking at side-by-sides? Well, when we're done with this thing, it's going to be half snowmobile. This particular machine is an Arctic Cat Sport 800. Stock makes about 60-65 horsepower. We're going to put the 800 two-stroke snowmobile engine in here. When we're done with our pipe kit and the modifications we're going to do, the thing's going to have about 170 horsepower. So we're going to add well over 100 horsepower. We're going to drop about 100 pounds in weight. And this thing is going to be a dirt-eating, land-raping, rock-throwing, fire-breathing, four-stroke eating, two-stroke beast. No other side-by-sides out there in production that have two strokes. And this thing's going to be one of the baddest-ass machines you guys have ever seen. Well, here it is, two-stroke, 800 Arctic Cat motor powered Wildcat Sport side-by-side unit. We talk about it, we make it sound like it was pretty simple. You know, we just took an 800 motor and slapped it in there and called it good, but it is a pretty involved deal. First thing we had to do is we had to stretch the frame 7 inches from right behind the seats to accommodate room for the expansion chamber, the motor, drivetrain, everything else like that. So custom engine mounting. It's got a prototype transaxle/rear differential in it, custom Speedworks exhaust system, custom intake, snorkel work, custom clutching. It does use a snowmobile style and type clutches, but there's special calibration work done to them to accommodate for the fact that it's now a wheeled machine, and obviously the weight of the machine is far different and things like that. And then we used a bunch of Arctic Cat accessories and Super ATV accessories to kind of pimp this thing out and make it stand out from everybody else. It's got the Arctic Cat accessories front and rear bumpers, 3,000-pound Warn winch with the wireless remote for winching capabilities. The Arctic Cat stereo system kit comes with a 12-inch subwoofer and amplifier, 4 different speakers that are mounted up underneath the dash, LED light bar, the roof itself, their accessory doors, and then Super ATV stepped up and helped out a lot with this build as well. We got their 30-inch Intimidator tires. We have their 3-inch lift kit and their 2-inch wheel spacers as well. We're all about pushing that edge or finding that edge and pushing the envelope when it comes to coming out with new ideas or concepts or, you know, breaking down barriers with horsepower levels, stuff like that. And I think in no time flat, you'll see one with our supercharger on it. This machine's been second to none. It's been greatly appreciated to be working with Arctic Cat on this project, and we look forward to many things to come.
For more on Speedworks and the products they have to offer, make sure to check them out online at speedworks.com. Still ahead, we go inside the sport of snowcross with GoPro. Find out why Team 68 chooses Tech Vest, and see how Ram Trucks is stepping up huge in the sport of snowmobiling. Stay tuned.
SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by Amsoil, the first in synthetics, Polaris, Terrain Domination, Arctic Cat, Share Our Passion, Skidoo Snowmobiles, FXR, world-class outerwear, and by Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram.
You're watching SLEDHEAD 24/7. If it happens on the snow, then you'll find it here first. Now let's go inside the sport of snowcross with GoPro.
This weekend we're at Canterbury Park in Minnesota, filming with the Leighton Motorsports team.
GoPro being one of the circuit sponsors, we want to bring as much exposure as we possibly can to the sport and really show people what you guys are doing because it's so badass. So we came out here and we wanted to shoot with the Leighton family because they have a great core family and just everything they do is cool. And we also want to cover families and just great stories. So it's really cool to come out here and get into snowcross, the sport, and see how rad it is and how hard people are going off these jumps. I mean, I've never personally ridden a snowmobile, but I can say that everybody's doing out here is crazy.
Snowcross is much like motocross, but you have arguably 3 times as much power and almost 3 times as heavy.
Snowcross is an extreme version of trail riding, really. Taking a snowmobile and hopping it up for a motocross style track, really.
Snowcross is very similar to motocross. The track layout, a lot of jumping, a lot of rhythm, except we're in sub-zero temperatures, a lot of snow dust, and also the athletes are riding a 500-pound machine versus a 200-pound machine.
And then what happens is we come to all these races, there's a bunch of teams, and we all go out and compete just like a motocross race or a car race or anything like that. And we have a race series and a championship, and every year we crown a champion. So it's a unique sport, super dangerous, and pretty exciting.
GoPro here this weekend following our team around. The 2 guys that are here, Brian and Justin, just got all their work done, put cameras all over everything, got some really cool angles, and it's just been an amazing ordeal for us to be able to have those guys here and have the benefit of all that extra footage.
It's been a really cool experience to have GoPro here following us around. We can see the different types of angles and stuff we can use for GoPros, then we can take that back and review it later on in the trailer to try and improve on our racing. We've been using GoPros for quite a few years now, but this year they've been a little more serious with us, and it's been a huge help for our racing program.
GoPro is an action sports camera. It's one of the first that came out and it's pretty much pioneered the whole technology movement.
Put them anywhere. They're waterproof housings. You can have the open back door, so you can also get great sound, but also you can have the snow spraying it. You know, they're best to tell your most memorable experiences.
One of the best things that having those guys here this weekend is how much outreach we can have with everybody and the consumer that are looking for something like this or want to see something like this from a point of view. Now you have this point of view camera that you can go and show people exactly what you're doing. It's a good thing for our sport, a good thing for all sports, to be honest, and very exciting and pumped that GoPro is here.
The kind of content and the kind of quality that we're getting out of the GoPro these days rivals any other camera in the industry, and with these kind of verse angles and dynamic angles, it's bringing completely new images and views for every sport. You can kind of get more behind the scenes and tell the stories that people want to see. They want to be inside the rigs, they want to see the drivers interacting with the mechanics and engineers. That's the stuff that TV doesn't necessarily get a chance to show. And here at GoPro, that's the kind of stories we like to tell.
The GoPro perspective really does take you inside the moment. The quality is amazing, and you can mount these little guys anywhere. Still ahead, find out why Ram is our truck of choice and get the latest from Tucker Hibbert on TechVest. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Carly Applin. Tech Vest is a leader in upper body protection for riders and racers. Here's Team 68 with more.
Safety for me is pretty much number one. We want to go fast, we want to win races, but in order to do that, you got to be on the racetrack, feeling safe and healthy and 100%. So I wear a tech vest no matter what, if I'm riding on the trails, riding on the track, practicing, everything. So super important piece for me, and you know, I've been wearing a tech vest for a long time since I started racing, and really cool company that's really passionate about snowmobiling and snowmobilers and keeping people safe. I'm here with my good buddy Rob, and he's wearing the new tech vest for mechanics. And this is something new this year for ISOC, a rule that they came up with to help keep our mechanics safe, which I'm a huge fan of. And Rob, can you tell us a little bit about this tech vest?
Yeah, this tech vest is really cool. It's a new model this year, as Tucker mentioned, for the new rule that mechanics have to have trackside. So it's really lightweight and easy for us to get on and off. Zips up in the front. There's really neat tool storage pockets. You guys can put tools, spark plugs, markers, whatever they want. On the back, it also has a hydration package holder. You can also put your sleeve up over the shoulder, so if you want to hydrate your rider when you're on the starting line. So a lot of different features built into one unit for the guys.
Well, this is my race tech vest that I wear out on the track every time. It's not a whole lot different than Rob's mechanic vest, but no zipper in the front. It's a pullover type vest. We just try to keep it as light and simple as possible. Obviously no tool holders. I don't need to make any adjustments myself out there on the track, so I don't need any tool holders or pockets. But really cool part of my tech vest is the sublimation that they're doing. You can custom order your tech vest with any logos, name, any colors. It's fully customizable right from tech vest, so it's a pretty cool option that not just racers, but anyone who wants a tech vest, any trail riders out there that want to customize their tech vest, they can do it. It's pretty cool.
From youth to adults, Tech Vest has you protected. For more information and product details, check out techrider.com. We all have somewhere to be on Monday morning. Time now to check in with Ram and find out why they're our truck of choice.
You know, one thing you see us at SLEDHEAD 24/7, we are all over the countryside bringing you product evaluation, different riding destinations. What gets us around? Our Ram does. This baby is great. It's got all the creature features a guy could ever want in a truck. It's got more stuff than most luxury cars have in it, from heated seats, vented seats, heated mirrors, to heated steering wheel, to the full navigation, climate controlled dash. This thing does everything we needed and then some. The thing gets mileage and has plenty of power to pull whatever we need. What's really a cool feature on this thing is loaded. In fact, when we're driving around, I mean, there's times where we got to get video and content back to the office so they can get it going and get it ready for a show. This has a Wi-Fi system in it, so we can actually go online as we're going. Plus, it has 110 plugins to power our computers, power chargers for the cameras, our GoPros, all our big cameras. I can't ask for anything more than what this Ram has to offer.
So Ram has really grown as a brand. We appeal to people that really have that lifestyle need, like the snowcross racer, that helps them pursue a passionate hobby they have or something they like to do for fun.
I choose to drive Ram trucks because they're amazing. I mean, for us as snowcross racers and snowmobilers, we're always pulling trailers and hauling sleds in the back of the truck and driving through winter conditions to the racetrack and to go riding, and you got to have a truck that's going to pull through and get you where you need to go, and my Ram does a good job.
Tucker being the guy that he is, #1 wins in the pro circuit here. Just to match up with Ram truck, I mean, it's just a match made in heaven in my opinion.
We're out here with the ISOC racing team, and you know what? Ram trucks are a great fit for these kind of fans that come to this event. What we're doing here, we got a great display of some of our trucks. I've got my Ram girls here generating surveys and all sorts of leads and information on trucks. For a snowmobiler that's towing the snowmobiles, either on a trailer or a payload in the back of the bed, we've got the best payload in the industry with 30,000 pounds, of course. Any of our trucks, either half-ton, three-quarter ton, or 1 ton, can fit any need that a snowmobiler may have. We love the grassroots effort like this. We want to get to the people that use our trucks.
Ram's the perfect sponsor for snowcross for so many reasons. Number one, it's all about horsepower and comfort and pulling the trailers, getting the sleds to the track. You can pull just about anything with this Ram truck. I feel like I'm prepared for every situation. Whether I've got something to tow or whether I just want my truck to go back and forth to Target, my Ram truck's going to get me there. So I love it.
The relationship with ISOC Snowcross has been fantastic. We got a great relationship. They love using our trucks.
When you're traveling across country, like I said, when you're going from South Dakota to New York and you only have 2 days, you really can't have a mistake or a hiccup. You can't have things break down because that ultimately affects your next event. We never have any issues, and they're always dependable, and they always come through for us.
When in the market for your next truck, make sure to test drive a Ram. With best-in-class towing and payload, you're sure to get the job done with ease. Still ahead, we check in with Straight Line Performance and get the latest in aftermarket products to keep you ahead of the others. Stay tuned.
SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by AmSoil, the first in synthetics. Stud Boy, traction with an attitude. Straight Line Performance. Ziegler Cat, exceptional service backing the best equipment. The U.S. Air Force, aim high. And by Speedworks, straight up USA horsepower.
You're watching SLEDHEAD 24/7, where we are everything snowmobile. Straight Line Performance is always testing, developing, and producing the next best product for your ATV, UTV, and snowmobile. Let's check in with Straight Line Performance and find out what they've been up to.
Straight Line Performance here, we are known for our high-performance snowmobile products. As we transition from winter to summer, we don't sleep. We manufacture ATV and UTV performance products. We do exhaust, intakes, clutching. You know, today we're going to be showcasing some of that on the dyno, some installs. Going to go outside the box for the end of the season. We just rolled in our Can-Am Outlander 1000 XT here. Today we're going to do some installs on our products. We got a slip-on Straight Line Performance exhaust muffler. We've got our cast aluminum intake. We're going to do some Power Commander custom tuning and a clutch kit. We're going to take this machine from where it is today to a whole different level of performance out there in the field. For the slip-on muffler, it's a real simple exhaust system. 10 to 15 minutes is about all you're looking at. Here, we're removing our stock intake we got right here. We're going to be replacing that with our performance cast intake we make here at Straight Line. So this is our intake. As we just got done unhooking it, we're getting this removed out of here and start switching our components over and get the new one in. Stock intake, Straight Line intake. As you can see, we've got a huge difference we're going to be comparing here. Runner size, runner angle, actual dimensions in, dimensions out. The last step we've got to do with putting our intake on is we're just going to take the injectors and the mass air, put them on there, get it reinstalled, then we're going to get this machine on the dyno and get it clutched. Just got done removing the clutch off the Outlander right there. We're going to install our clutch kit and get it ready to roll. We've got a stock weight right here, standard powder metal cast, going to the new Straight Line weight, full billet. And it's got adjustable here. We adjust our weights by a magnet. It is so simple. All you're going to do is pop in the magnet and leave it in there and in and out. You can't get any simpler than that right there. We have a setting for the Outlander 1000. It tells you where to put each magnet. And all you do is install it and then put the new weights in. We'll put our new primary spring in there, our new secondary spring, and this thing's gonna be ready to rock. There's a lot of companies in the industry that manufacture products and don't go through the development process. We go from point A to point B all the way through. It's very important to make sure you design, develop, test, truly test in the field and make sure we have a product that works, and we're proving it right here in front of you. We just finished testing the Outlander 1000. Started with a base horsepower, 56 horse and 46 foot-pounds of torque. You're looking at 63.5 horse and 47 foot-pounds of torque. Comparable AFRs, simple bolt-ons, big power gains. You know, that's what we're here to do.
For more on straight line performance and the products they have to offer, make sure to head to our website at SLEDHEAD24-7.com, where we've set up a link. Well, I'm sad to say that's all the time we have for you for this episode of SLEDHEAD 24/7. Make sure to stay connected and like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Who knows, you might just ride with us. A huge thank you to Bristow's in St. Cloud, Minnesota for having us out today. I'm Carly Applin, and from everyone here at SLEDHEAD 24/7, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the snow.